may get one sale, you may get two sales, but you won't last a long time in sales. See, the best salespeople are not just people for a week or for a quarter, for a year. They're the best salespeople year in and year out because they keep doing it right.
You will not have to actually sell. Sales will come to you. And I think that's what really happens when you're really helping people out. Sales will actually walk up to you and be like, listen, I want you, instead of you wanting.
Top 5% of salespeople have a passion to help.
Hey guys, a very, very good evening wherever you are. This is Ashish Janiani, and if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a small business, if you are a sales professional, then today's show is for you, because I'm going to have a big man show up on the show and talk about sales, which is very important. Pay attention. In this whole series of sales, I'm always excited about the guys that we are bringing in. I'm very excited about the guy that I'm bringing in today. This guy is known as the Sales Hunter. He is regarded in the top 50 most influential sales and marketing people on this planet. Hear me out, all right? These are not small credentials. He's spoken in 5 continents. There are only 7, and he's captured 80% of them. He travels on a usual basis outside COVID for 200 days in a year. That means he's traveling 60% of the year he's traveling, all right? He shared the stage with Seth Godin, with Magic Johnson, with the great Tony Robbins. You can just imagine who I'm about to introduce to you. If that's not enough, his sales strategies are used by the top Fortune 100 companies on the planet. He's the best seller, right, of 3 books, Knowing High Profit Prospecting, High Profit Selling, and his latest book of 2020, A Mind for Sales, reached Amazon's bestseller. Not just bestseller, but #1 bestseller on Amazon on the first day of its release. I'm so happy to introduce Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter, to you today for our today's show. Hey, Mark, good morning.
I have made it. I updated my app. Thank you so much. Hey, this is the first time I've ever done Instagram Live. So, hey,
wow.
This is pretty cool. I like this. I've got it on my iPhone. So, hey, you can get a little feel of the office there. But, hey, let's have a great conversation, shall we?
You know, that's funny. Do you know Scott Ingram by any chance? Have you come across Scott?
Yes, I do. I know Scott. Yes.
Okay, so we interviewed him 2 days back, and he said this is my first Instagram podcast too.
See, we have to look to you in India to show us the way. You see, you're just helping us out. And I heard you had Bob Berg on.
Oh yeah, we did.
He's great friend. Love the brother, love him. And yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Let's start with the book, A Mind for Sales, right? Who's got the mind for sales? What does it mean? And show me the book. Okay, here we go. All right. It's there in India, by the way. It's available in India. I checked it out.
Yeah. Hey, well, what does it mean to have a mind for sales? It means you're putting the customer first. You're putting the customer first, and what you're doing is you're taking the time to listen to them, because you know you can help them, but you can only help them if you know how you can help them. That's what mind for sales is all about.
All right. So how do I build a mind for sales? Let's say I'm an entrepreneur, and how do I put customers first? Because I mean, so many times when I'm talking to a customer, when I say I represent the community. Hey, I'm thinking about closing the deal. I'm like, I want the money, right? And that's what usually happens. And it's an automatic thought, and it's such a wrong thought. It's such a wrong way to sell, right? Like, it's like, oh my God, I need to get the money. I need to pay my bills. What if he says a no? Let me give him a discount. Let me negotiate. Let me close the deal. And it's so wrong, right? So what does it mean to have a mind for sales?
It is so wrong. And the reason it is because the only good sale is one that leads to the next sale. Now stop and think about that for a moment. The only good sale leads to the next sale, because what you've done is you've helped that customer so much that they say, hey, I got to tell somebody else. Or they say, hey, you help me with this, you're going to help me with this. You see, The measurement of sales we get and referrals and additional is a credit to quality of selling that we're doing. This is what sales is all about. And sure, I want to get the sale right now. I want to get every piece of money I can. But you know what I find is you may get one sale, you may get two sales, but you won't last a long time in sales. See, the best salespeople are not just people for a week or for a quarter or for a year. They're the best salespeople year in and year out because they keep doing it right.
Yeah. So, you know, when you said that, I was going back to school, I was going back to college, you know, startups, because it's not taught, you know, and it's pretty sad. We don't have a curriculum for sales, you know, for somebody to teach us. I think people, run away from it still. In fact, they run away from it more because of technology. Picking up a phone is such a difficult thing for people to do.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you. We don't teach sales in schools because sales is, ooh, it's creepy. Because so many people have been doing it wrong. You see, if I get to wake up in the morning and I get to help people, my whole focus is on helping people. Now, I know that I can't help everybody in the world. I just know. But I know who is my perfect customer. And when I know who my perfect customer is, it's how much more excited I get. It's amazing how much more focus I get. It's amazing how much better I serve them. You see, so the idea is knowing who is your best customer. And
how do you find that? How do you find that?
What you do is you look at who are your existing customers. What do they look like? What type of businesses are they in? But here's the question you have to ask. It's not what you sell. Remember, it is not about what you sell. It is about the outcome you create. This is critical for people to understand. Outcome. You see, I sell, we'll say, sales training, okay? I help people. But that's not what I do. I help you be able to connect with your customers better. That's the outcome. See, focus on the outcome. That gets me excited every day. That gets me pumped up.
Wow. Okay. All right. Now, if we could go a little more deeper into it, you've got three bestsellers, and I'm curious, right? You've got high profit prospecting, and then you've got high profit selling, which is different from A Mind for Sales, released in 2020. How is high profit prospecting different from high profit selling? So why two books?
Yeah, well, here's the whole thing. When I wrote High Profit Prospecting, it was all about showing you how to prospect. I have in there telephone scripts, sample email. I have in there all of the tools to help you prospect. And people would read the book and they go, wow, this is great. I'm struggling. And what I realized was they didn't have the right mindset. You see, their mindset was not in the right place. Their mindset was not focused on the customer and the outcome. That's why I wrote the book, A Mind for Sales.
All right, got it. So now you know, let's give an example. So you've got an entrepreneur, and he's got a small business, or she's got a small business, trying to expand, got a really good product, let's say into digital marketing, right? There are a lot of people into digital marketing right now. And it's like, I mean, they've got all this data. They know everybody needs it. You need it, I need it, and so many more people need it. And they make 5 calls. So for the first 5 calls, they've got the mind, and they're thinking about the outcome. They're like, I want to give value, but they don't get the response in their favor because that's still there at the back of their mind. Now, how do you get consistent with this mindset? How do you face rejection? Have you spoken about that anywhere in the book that, you know, we can get some value out of?
Yes, I talk about that a lot in the book. Sales, there's a lot of rejection in sales. There's a lot of rejection in sales. But that's okay. I'm okay with that, because what that means is that if you reject me, you just haven't found the value, which means I haven't communicated with you in a manner that's allowing you to see value. So that's okay. I go on to the next, but I'm going to come back to you. You see, here's the whole thing. If I believe, we'll say digital, and you're the type of company that I can serve. You're in the type of business, you really look like a customer. I have an obligation to get in touch with you. I have an obligation to have a conversation with you. You see, so I'm going to continue to contact you, share with you pieces of information, share with you new insights. You see, one of the things that I tell people to do, treat your prospect as if they were a customer. Oh, wow. Now people say, but Mark, that means you want me to give you're not giving your stuff away. What is you're giving them insights, helping them. And because here's the whole thing. People want to do business with people they can trust.
Yes. Still true. Always going to be true.
And that's what the process is all about. It's creating trust. And when you create trust, you see, what's interesting is the more trust there is between the customer and the salesperson, the less negotiating there is on the price. Think about that for a moment.
You're so right. Yes.
Right? When we don't trust something, when we don't trust somebody, that's when we want a cheap price. That's when we want the absolute lowest price because we don't trust it. See, so prospecting is all about creating trust. Trust, I create more value. And customer win and I win.
Wow. So I've got two more questions. I mean, there's so much into it, right? And you got to get into the book, guys. It's there on Amazon. It's there everywhere. You can find him on YouTube also, which we'll talk about. But I've got two important questions. Last two. First is, you've traveled so much. You've met so many people of all ages. You've seen some people do sales, go through the ups and downs. What have you noticed in the top 5% salespeople? Like, what is common? And this is outside culture, I guess, right? This is same. This is constant.
The top 5% of salespeople have a passion to help other people. You mentioned you just talked to Bob Berg. What is Bob Berg all about? He's focused on other people. That's why I get along with Bob Berg so well, because when you put people first, you see, sales to me is not about selling stuff. Sales to me is about helping people. Boom.
Yeah, it sounds so simple, which is why people miss it, but it's so powerful. So guys, top 5% people in the world, right? And this man is telling you, it sounds simple, but just think about it. They really want to help. And sometimes you're not helping enough because you're so scared of losing the account, but it's the other way around. The more you help, the more you put in, you will not have to actually sell. Sales will come to you. And I think that's what really happens when you're really helping people out. Sales will actually walk up to you and be like, listen, I want you, instead of you wanting it. So if we had to summarize it, Mark, if you can give me one tip from each book, or you can pick any book right now that you think is your favorite in the moment right now, and give me 3 tips that people can take away that they can use today.
Sure. Let's do a tip from high profit prospecting. High profit prospecting, it's about staying consistent. And all rinse and repeat. In other words, if you're a prospect and you're perfect for me, I may have to reach out to you 5, 10, 15 times. That's repeat. But the rinse is every message is different. Every message, I keep bringing you more value. And I have to say that. Don't for a moment, you send 2 emails or 3 phone calls and they haven't talked to you and you step away. No, that's not prospecting. Prospecting, staying in the game. Let's do a tip from A Mind for Sales. A Mind for Sales is where you take a piece of paper and you write down your customers, and next to it you write down the outcomes that you've helped them, not what you sold them, the outcomes. And look at that list and you go, that is what my goal is to do today for additional customers. The mindset is 100% focused on the outcomes and how to help people.
Wow. And if you had to give one more, one more tip, let's say, any one book.
Sure. I'm going to give you one from my first book, High Profit Selling. here's the whole thing. The level of negotiating that you do is in direct relationship to the trust you create. What does this mean? Don't put the price out in front of the customer too quickly. You never put the price in front of a customer until you've established trust. And trust is created by you understanding what is the critical need that you can help them with, and what is the timeline that they're going to use to make a decision.
Yeah, and let's say you give them a call and you say a hi, and the first thing they ask you is, so what's going to be the price? It happens, right? What do you do with those guys?
Here's my response. I'd love to give you a price, but I'm not quite, I don't even know if you're right. I don't even know if what I have works for you. You see, now, what is that telling the customer? This person doesn't want to sell to me.
Yeah.
Because I want to create trust with you. You see, so what I say, I'm not even sure if what I have is right for you. So let me ask you a couple of questions to make sure, because I got a number of different ways I can help you. And see what you do. Now you enter into a conversation.
All right. So be consistent, write down your outcomes, and focus on trust. That's what I take away from today. Mark, where do we find you? Where do we continue this conversation with you? You've got so much energy. It's 8 in the morning, guys, where he is. It's 8 in the morning, okay? I just want you to know it's 7:30 in the evening in India on a Friday night. So there's a difference, and imagine him having that much energy. Where do we find you?
Hey, I have been up since 4:30 this morning. I get up early because I'm excited about sales. I'm excited about
it's amazing.
As the sales hunter. So the best place is to go out to my website, which is thesaleshunter.com. And you know what's interesting? Hunter is my real last name. That's my real last name.
Yeah, he is the real sales hunter, guys, right? So it was just kind of the universe telling him that's what it is. All right, there we go. Mark, it's indeed a pleasure. I've spoken to Bob recently. I've spoken to Scott recently. I got a pleasure to speak to you today. We've got Anthony Nario tomorrow.
Oh,
okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Anthony.
You know Anthony too? All right, right? So
Anthony wrote the forward to this book.
Oh, he did?
He wrote the forward to this book. So that's the best part of the book, the part that Anthony wrote.
There you go. So you got us a little marketing done over here for tomorrow. Yeah, it's a pleasure. I'm going to continue this conversation. People in India are coming to know you. And it's a beautiful place in terms of a lot of things that are happening now in India. You might be hearing about it, or you will hear about it, but it's a lot of good stuff. So I really appreciate it. And I want to wish you a great day. And hopefully we'll have a chat again soon.
And hopefully next time when I'm in India, because I've been to India several times. I love it. And hopefully next time I am in India, we'll have a chance to meet. How's that sound?
So we want to remove the word hopefully, and we're going to make it happen.
I like that.
Let's do it. Right? And it's a promise. Thank you so much. You have a great day. We'll speak again. Bye-bye.
Take care.